on, and we're in. Okay guys, so we're going to go through a little lesson today about how to improve and get results. Okay, because currently a lot of us are attending the gym, starting an exercise regime, and not quite getting to where we want to be. So sometimes one of the most important things is to do, so instead of just continuing doing the same shit over and over and over and over again and nothing changing, sometimes it's better for you to just stop. To just stop for 1 hour or 1 day and just plan the shit out of everything and find out exactly why are some people getting results, some other people that you go to the gym with, why are they getting results and you're not. So let's be clear first about why people start exercise and why people join a gym, a boot camp, or start a trainer. So they want to go from pain, so whatever that pain may be, all the way over to pleasure or happiness. So when we talk about pain, so pain could be not happy with your dress size, not happy with your energy levels, not happy with the way you feel about yourself, not happy with your weight, not happy with the way that people look at you, treat you, talk to you, not happy of your health levels. It could be a whole host of problems, but it all comes under pain. Because the reason why people join a gym, we'll categorise it in the fact that they're unhappy with something in their life. So people who join the gym are unhappy with something in their life. For some of us it might be a little bit of belly fat, like I said, but for a lot of us there's a bigger reason, bigger story. So the pain, like I said, can be anything from the way you think about yourself, the way you feel, the way you look, your confidence levels, your mindset, the way people treat you. It could be anything. Okay, and we want to go to pleasure. And like I said, pleasure is the opposite to pain. So we want to be in clothes sizes that look good. We want to wear the clothes that look good. We want to good levels of health. We want people to look at us and think, wow. We want to be confident. We want all that comes with being leaner, lighter, fitter and stronger. So what I want to teach you today is this area. And this is called the gap. So it's the gap from pain to pleasure. And this is usually your gym journey. See, a lot of us, like I said, we need to find a solution to the problem as to why we're not getting the results that we want. And you continuing with the same behaviour and the same patterns, the same lifestyle and the same habits isn't going to do that. All it's going to equate to is unhappiness and misery. And you'll probably quit. Because like I said, if I was doing work over and over and over and over again and not seeing any results, you'd find that difficult to accept, or you're not seeing any improvements, you find it difficult, so your motivation drops and then you quit. Then all of a sudden, in a couple of months, you'll start again. But we want to stop that habit, okay? So we've got the gap. So it's the gap between pain and pleasure. Make sure you let me know if anyone comments. Guys, while I'm going through this, if you've got any comments or any questions, make sure you write them on. Don't be a pussy, don't hide behind it. If you've got a question, ask, and Daniel will tell me the question. Okay, so what we've got is the gap. So we've got, this is today. So this is where you are right now. So this is today. So this is where you are currently right now standing. Okay, no bullshit, no stories, no excuses, no blame. Where you're standing now with your body and your health, you've got yourself in that position. So whether you're in shit hot shape or shit shape, shit hot health or shit health, you have a lot more control upon that than you think, yeah? It's far easier to point the finger out than it is to point the finger in. So we've got today, this is where you're currently at, where your current positioning, okay? So we've got over here, we've got ideal goals. And we've got here, I'm a lefty, I get in the way of everything. We've got the past. Okay, so this is where we are. So we've got today, we've got our ideal goals, and we've got the past, guys. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this area here is evidence. Because when you look back, there are no stories, there are no predictions. All you can do is look at what has been done. Okay? So when you look back, it's a little bit different to looking forward, because when we look forward, we're full of enthusiasm, excitement, predictions. But when we look back, the biggest lessons you will find is not looking forward to your ideal goals that way, is looking to the past. And a lot of people say, don't look in the past, always look forward, forget about it. And that's probably one of your biggest mistakes, because the biggest lessons you can learn are looking backwards, not forwards. Because when you look forwards about what you want to achieve, there are no lessons. There is no evidence because you haven't done it yet. But in the past, when you have tried things and it hasn't worked, there are loads of lessons there to look at. So you've got evidence in the past, and you've got predictions in the future. And this is today. Because like I said, we all can set ideal goals. We can all set them. But from today until that ideal goal, it's all predictions. Because we don't know what's going to happen. Whereas when we look from today backwards, there's evidence. Okay? So, the thing about ideal goals. So I've wrote the word horizon. Why have I...
Steve Smith has wrote, you need to reflect on the past to improve.
Yes. So horizon. Ideal goals are like the horizon. Because no matter how much closer you get to them, that ideal goal goes further and further away. So it's like the horizon, you'll never catch it. So no matter how much you improve, you then want more. So the problem is we've got today, and we've got our ideal goals. We're never going to hit our ideal goals. They're always going to move further and further away, no matter how much closer you get to them. So what we do is we compare today versus ideal. So we compare where we are today versus our ideal goals. And because that journey looks so far away, yeah, so say if I'm trying to lose 3 stone, 4 stone, 5 stone, or trying to get a 6-pack, whatever it may be, because that journey looks so far away, and we haven't broken it down, we start to become overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, all these type of things, and we worry. Because what we're doing is we're spending so much time comparing where we are now to our ideal goal. Okay? So that's looking forwards. So what we need to do, so you've thought about your ideal goal, whatever it may be. We've all got an ideal goal in mind. So a lot of us, we set like a 12-month goal. So where we are today, we'll call this month 1, and where we want to be is month 12. Okay? So what we do is we set this big ass goal to go directly to month 12. Okay? So it's like going from this little person to growing into this big person straight away. But what we need to do is we need to grow. We need to start achieving things. We need to set little goals to get to that person. So it's a stage of setting another goal so we become a bit bigger. Another goal so we become a bit bigger. We need to grow into that person of where we want to be. But like I said, what we're doing is today, ideal. We want to go from there to there without any little roadmap, any little planning, any goals, and it just doesn't work, and that's why most people fail. So what we should do is we've got our 12 months, so we should split it down into 4 sets of 90 days. So you've got 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. So like if you were going to start a marathon, okay? If your goal was to hit a marathon, you wouldn't say tomorrow, right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and run a marathon. You wouldn't say that. And if a trainer asked you to do that, you'd be like, well, that's unrealistic. But you're doing the same fucking thing. You're going from this and thinking you go from that. Okay? So, what you need to do, like I said, you need to break it down. So first, say for example it was a marathon goal. So by 12 months, my ideal goal was to do a marathon. Okay, so by 90 days, I could do a 5k run. By my next 90 days, I could do a 10k run. My next 90 days, I could do a half marathon. And the last 90 days of my 12 months, I'm at the marathon. Do you see how we grow? So we've got the 5k, the 10k, the half marathon, and then the marathon. So we grow into it, okay? And then when we break goals down, this big ideal goal, whatever it may be, when we break it down into smaller sections, we have less overwhelm, less stress, less anxious, less worry, because when they're in smaller chunks, it's more believable that we can hit that first chunk, stay focused, then the next one, then the next one, and then there's rather than thinking I can go straight to there. And the thing with setting long-term goals is they become a long-term thing where we forget about them. There's no urgency. Remember, urgency and deadlines are one of the things that make people successful. So if we break them down into 90 days is a lot closer in, so we're more likely to take action because we know, shit, we need to be at this point by 90 days. So, I just want to touch on looking back, okay? So looking back. So, the good thing about looking back is, if you haven't hit your goals, you would have come across obstacles. So, why haven't I got the result now, today, what I say I want? Why haven't I already got it? So whether it's a weight loss goal, whether it's a fitness goal, whether it's whatever it may be, a dress size, whatever it may be, why haven't you currently already got that goal? What has been the obstacles when you look back over the last 12 months, last 5 years, 10 years, what have been the same, because it'll be the same shit, it'll be the same type of stuff. what are the same obstacles that keep cropping up as to why you keep starting on your fitness journey and towards your ideal goals, which you keep telling people that you want? So there's power in looking back at the obstacles. Because if you don't address these obstacles, I guarantee you, whatever obstacles came up in the past as to why you didn't hit your goals, these obstacles are going to come up in the future. And if you don't fucking address them and deal with them, all that's going to happen is as soon as you hit that same obstacle, you're going to stop again. And it's going to be another stop, start, stop, start. I want this goal, but all I'm doing is stop, starting, because I didn't address the obstacles. So what is the biggest obstacles that keep occurring as to why you can't stick to your fitness and your nutrition plan and your adherence to a program? What are the biggest obstacles? Because if you don't address them, like I said, somewhere in that future where you're trying to head to that ideal goal, you are going to come up against them again, and you're going to deal with them the same way you dealt with them in the past, and that's to stop and fail. And remember, failure is like a habit. The more and more you start, the more and more you lack of belief in yourself, and when you do try and attack these big goals, you can't foresee you can't imagine yourself being that way, so you're already failing before you start. You don't believe that it's possible because you had obstacles in the past, you didn't address them, and now you can't sort them out in the future. So obstacles could be time, it could be adherence to program, it could be injury, whatever it may be. Mindset, support, your work, but what has happened there will happen there if you do not address them. So another thing about looking back for people that have achieved, or if you have or haven't achieved, is when you look back to today, in the last 12 months, did you hit your goals? So he's looking from the past, so again that's 12 months ago, to now today, where you're at now, have you hit your goals? So if you have, great, then we're going into the next set. Because when you hit goals, you become more positive, and you get confidence when you hit those goals. But if you didn't, this is for people who are not hitting their goals, who are currently in pain, they want to get to pleasure, and it's not quite happening for them. So if you didn't quite hit your goals in the last 12 months, yet you've been trying, you've started a few things, what did you hit? What did you hit? So in that 12 months, there will be some positives. So you might not have hit the ideal goal that you wanted, but there'll be some lessons in there. So what did you hit in the last 12 months? Remember, it's just pure evidence. What did you hit? So what did you do with your body weight? What did you do with your fitness? What have you done with your health? What have you done with all those type of things? What did you hit? If you didn't quite get to where you want to be, what did you do? Because again, looking about what did you do, again, will give you some type of confidence. Okay? What did you do and what did you learn? So when people say, don't look back, only look forward, there's a shitload of problems with that. I've just shown you there. Looking forward and predicting and comparing today with your ideal. So this is today. There's your ideal because you want to be this badass. You want to go from the little man to the badass without the goals, without the steps. Okay? And you want to predict your way to there. Remember that goal, that big goal, every time you get close to it, it moves further and further away because you want more. So you become overwhelmed, stressed, anxious and worried, and you don't know how to deal with this because the obstacles that will come up in the future, you haven't dealt with them in the past. So what did you learn? In the last 12 months, if you haven't hit your goals, what have you learned? What have you learned about you? What have you learned about your commitment, discipline, adherence to the program, willingness to do the work? Because a lot of people set these goals, and they set the big goal, and they haven't even found out what the work is required, what I need to do every day, every week, every month, to even hit this goal. So they're setting these big goals, and they're automatically on the road to failure because they don't even know the work. So once you find out the work, it's just as simple, am I prepared to do it, yes or no? Now, it's not a problem if it's a no, because if it's not a no, change your goal. But don't keep this big goal if you're not prepared to do the work, and if you haven't addressed the obstacles that have happened in the past as to why you are still in pain and not heading closer towards pleasure of where you actually truly want to be with your body, your mindset, your confidence, and your lifestyle. So hopefully this has helped you in some way, shape or form. I know I've gone off on one a little bit, but the biggest lessons you will learn are from what you have done, not from predicting what you are going to do. And if you don't address these obstacles, they are going to come up somewhere in the next 12 months when you're trying to hit this big goal. And if you haven't addressed them and you keep failing every time you do hit them, you're going to fail there. And failure doesn't make anyone feel any better. So like I said, guys, hopefully this has helped you. And if you're in this gap, spend a bit of time looking backwards, not just consistently setting more and more and more goals. Because if you're not hitting your previous goals, why would you set more? You're already filling up an already full plate. So if you've got any questions, ask me now. I've got 1 minute. Is there anything on there?
There's no questions at the moment. People, they got Steve said persistence is key, and yeah. Sarah saying Adam making sense as always.
Adam talking, going off on one as always. Well, anyway, guys, hopefully it does help you, and it does help you understand a little bit about where I come from, a little bit of why you might be struggling. And I'll leave you with this question. So many people that I've trained have hit their goal, whether it be weight loss, increased fitness, and they've gone into pleasure, and then they look back and they wonder, why did I stay in pain for so long when I could have changed it all by just exercising a little bit more, changing my nutrition because I feel fucking amazing? Why would I stay in pain? And if you're holding on to the story that it's harder for you than anyone else, it is bullshit. Because I will show you 10 to 20, 30, 40, 50 people that are probably in the same situation as you that have gone from pain to pleasure, and whether it's taken them longer than normal or whatever, they've managed to get there. Because staying in pain, not only does it affect you, it affects the people that are around you. So that's your kids, your friends, your family, your work colleagues. All those people are affected by you not being willing to do the work to get from pain to pleasure. And the first starts with looking at this gap. Okay? Hope you have a great bank holiday, guys. Share it to someone. If you've got any value out of this, share it to someone that you think might need a little kick up the arse, a little bit of understanding, someone that might not be getting results, and they keep telling you I'm doing everything and I don't know why I'm not changing. This sort of helps people understand. And like I said, I'm not studying you talking about what foods to eat or what exercise plans to do, because this, getting into here, is far more important. Growth starts from on the inside, not the outside. So you've got to sort that fucking mindset out if you want to be that badass in the room. Okay?